Jerusalem. On the contrary, there is positive evidence that Hadhrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did not go physically to Jerusalem and saw all the temples, etc. Because while he was stating that he had gone to Jerusalem in that region, a Jew stood up and said, if you are right, then tell us what are the features of the temple, etc., and all of the things about Jerusalem. So Hazrat Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in answer, described all that he saw, but with this comment that God has placed me God had brought before my vision. When I was answering this question, God had brought before my vision all that had been asked about. So that positively debunks the idea that Hadhrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam physically visited there. And about his ascent to heaven, one should note it, that why did he go to heaven? To see God sitting on the other side? What sort of God that was so limited that he was not there where Prophet Muhammad himself was. So it's all medieval gossip about these things from the accepted traditions of the Holy Quran, of the Hazrat Rasulullah Sallam. That's the traditions which can be positively relied upon. One can prove the contrary. Hadhrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is reported by Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radiyallahu ta'ala anha that when he visited the so-called heaven and went beyond the space to where there was nothing else but across there was God, he was sleeping here in Khana Kaaba, and his body was not removed from there. So this positive evidence shows that this is only a story, a tale, which is made by medieval Muslim scholars, and it has nothing to do with the fact of Hadhrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his journey.
Mr. Robert Basso, who is a Christian and believes in one God. If I do good works and help your community, do I still have to become Ahmadi to go to heaven?
If you do good works for the sake of Allah, you do not have to help our community at all to go to heaven. What is our community? It's the service to God and service to mankind which will be appreciated by God. And the Holy Quran positively relates this, that if you believe in one God and in the hereafter and do good deeds, whatever the name of your faith be, you may be granted full pardon and full reward of your services by Allah. It's up to Him who knows what passes in the hearts. So there is no question of serving any particular community. You go ahead and serve the mankind, but just for the sake of God. Thank you.
Kujdim Allah from Kosovo. How well known is Jamaat Ahmadiyyat in the world? How well known is the Jamaat?
Jamaat Ahmadiyya is progressively being known throughout the world in so many countries of the world. Progressively in the sense that the news I received yesterday is different from the news I received today, because everywhere Ahmadiyyat is progressing by leaps and bounds. It's impossible to keep the count. According to the latest figures, Ahmadiyyat has already spread in 190 countries of the world, and is still spreading on and on. So with the grace of Allah, this year at our Jalsa, you will come to know the facts that how fast Ahmadi is spreading in the world. It's too early for me to disclose it, but I assure you that you will be amazed to learn that the progress made by other religions in 100 years has been made by Ahmadiyyat in 1 year alone.
Abu Hamza Ali, he is also in the translation booth, listening to the Arabic translation. Allah prohibited alcohol in 3 stages. Many Arabs say the first 2 stages have been abrogated with the coming of the 3rd. Why did not Allah just reveal that alcohol was prohibited straight away, and has any verse of the Holy Quran been abrogated? We
don't believe in abrogation of any verses by any other verses. It's absolutely wrong. The fact is that according to the old custom inherited by the Arabs, the companions of the Holy Prophet used to drink. But the verses of the Quran warned them against it. And it used the term "Va'antum sukara." Don't go near the prayer. Don't go to worship God when you are not in your full senses. Now, sukara applies also to the overwhelming sleep. So it's a word used for both drinking and sleep as well. When you can't command your senses and your thoughts, then you must not try to worship God, because you may say things which are out of your control. This was how the Arab society was gradually prepared. There was no abrogation at all. Arab society was being gradually prepared to ultimately completely reject alcoholism or drinks of alcohol in any form. So when the final verse was revealed, it is reported that Hadhrat, not only one Hadhrat, but many companions, in fact, of the Holy Prophet, were in the state of drinking. They were in a drinking party. When they heard this news that someone went to tell them on the beat of drum, tell the whole of Medinites to the beat of drum, that alcohol is totally forbidden. So, when they were in that revelry, this announcement reached them. They started breaking the, what do we call it? Pitchers, etc. Yes. One of them raised objection and said, let's find out first from Rasulullah Sallam whether it is on his behalf that he is saying. He is announcing this announcer. Now the answer of the party was, we'll break the pitchers first and go to inquire afterwards. So ever since, alcohol was completely forbidden. And unfortunately, although the Muslims, they are here in London as well, who call themselves Muslims but drink alcohol like water, but it is forbidden. they will be held answerable.